what's really important is content's constantly changing. Sometimes you do the super engaging stuff. Sometimes you do the yelling on the phone, asking your dad for more money things, which is the stuff that I've done, right? But like, people like to consume different types of content and their tastes change, right? So sometimes slower paced content does better because people are less used to it. So it's actually up to you guys as content creators to experiment and to find, hey, what is the taste of content right now? What do people want right now, right? Because it changes constantly. There's always an influx. Sometimes people don't want high production podcast reels, super well edited, right? They want something more raw and unfiltered and interesting. I think what's really important here is like every time you're creating content, like don't forget, like the best content starts with a good, fun idea that you're invested in. The moment you start shooting content and you're thinking to yourself, I'm dreading this process, you're not really doing it right. Like, what are the chances that video is gonna do well? You wanna pick an idea that you're like, hey, this is fun, this is interesting. I wanna try this out. I wanna get this, communicate this, and then focus on that. Experimenting here is like the most important thing. You can't think content. You can't think about what's gonna go viral. You have to experiment. You're not a pro in thinking about, you're not a pro in understanding what's gonna go viral unless you're experimenting and getting real-time feedback, right? I can't think my way to a viral video. I have to experiment. Like, oh, this didn't work. Oh, the title was too long. Oh, the audio wasn't good enough. And then I start to build I start to build foundational knowledge around what works from experimentation. Double down on what works, of course. Like, this is easy and simple, but it's really the truth, right? Like once you find something that works, keep doing it. Like, the moment we had a viral video with the European kid character, like, it made sense to keep doing that and then to take that same concept and to like spread that into different characters. That's why I started the Other Tech account. Completely different character, but very similar style, right? Filmed in a very realistic way, very engaging shots, and that has gone viral. I mean, that's almost at 100K on Instagram, and I started that a couple months ago. So double down on what you know works. And another really important point here is like, each one of you guys has different talents. Each one of you brings something different to the table. One of my talents, honestly, is the fact that I can go from this to, I'm a rich French European kid and I'm presenting to you. I can improvise. I can come up with accents. That's not your talent. That's mine. So it works well for TikTok. You guys have something different to offer. Or maybe you have the same thing, I don't know. But my point here is like, there's something inside of you guys that you can take and put into your content and you can elicit, like you can put into your content, right? For Mr. Beast, it was something completely different. It was this just like obsession with like looking at the algorithm, studying content, seeing what does well, and just being really obsessed about the whole process of, you know, creating long-form content and coming up with the most viral ideas that'll appeal to the masses. That's his genius, right? So you have to find your genius and find out how you can put that into your content, right? So that's probably one of the most important things you need to do here, because you can't copy people. Like, yes, you can copy people and get some success, but at the end of the day, if you're copying someone else's talent and you don't have that talent, it's not gonna work for you, right? So find what you're interested in, what you're unique at. I can't emphasize that more. Because the truth is, when I started the European Kid, my brother, I didn't think to myself, I didn't find someone else that was doing that and just copy them. I explored that concept myself and just tried that out. So very, very important.